Yo, are you constantly procrastinating? Let's talk about it. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Big Brando, and today we're going to be talking about procrastination, or just you being in your head so much and not getting anything going. This is something that happens to everybody, not just you, not just me, not just the next person. Everybody goes through this. Even if they feel they are the hardest working person ever, they still go through this. And a lot of times it comes in different forms. For myself, I know I have to get a bunch of stuff done. And a lot of times I get stuck in my head thinking about what needs to get done, and I don't get anything done because I'm just too busy thinking about doing it. Shit happens. And it happens to all of us. We are all overthinkers, especially if you own your own business, or you're planning on owning your own business, or you're in the process of running your business. Your brain is moving a million miles a minute, and you're not alone. Everybody goes through this. Some of us deal with it better than others. Some of us hide it better than others. And some of us lie and say we got it under control when we really don't. I'll be the first person to tell you that I do not have everything under control. I don't know everything, and my mind is my worst enemy. But it's learning how to navigate that's gonna help you out. So here's some of the things that I do to try to help myself out. So one, I don't have to procrastinate, and two, it helps me get out of my own way sometimes. Now, mainly this happens for me when I have to do the boring stuff when it comes to the business. Creating designs, selling t-shirts, that's all the fun stuff. Doing inventory, that's the boring stuff. Cleaning up the shop, that's the boring stuff. Researching new transfers, new t-shirts, new blanks, that's the boring stuff. Doing maintenance on the machines, that's the boring stuff. There's so much about this business that I really don't care for, but it still needs to get done. So what ends up happening for myself is when all the fun stuff is done, I know that there's a lot of the boring stuff that I need to do, but I usually push it off to the very end. And when I say push it off to the very end, like the days that I'm opening the store, I'm in here cleaning the store hours before the store opens. That's how much I push it off. When I could have did it all the day before, came into the store 5 minutes before opening up to turn everything on, and I would have been good. But what I end up having to do is come to the store hours before, clean this place up because I push it off to the end. And it also goes for like when I'm thinking of new brands and new businesses, I fixate on those brands and businesses so much that I'm thinking about everything that I want to do, and I never get anything done. A lot of people fall into this because when they're starting brands or businesses, they get stuck in that thinking phase also. They constantly start thinking, and then they get very detailed into the shit that they're thinking about. Like, all right, I want my packaging to look like this. I want my logo to look like this. My t-shirts need hang tags, and they need to be exactly this size. And they're just thinking about thinking at that point. What I do, and I got this from my wife, is my wife writes everything down that she needs to do. I don't necessarily physically write everything down, but I put it up here and I organize the shit in my brain. And I'm like, all right, this needs to get done today. This needs to get done today. This is how I'm gonna do it. So then that way I can start checking things off the list. Maybe it would help if I physically wrote things down, but I put it all in my brain and I get after it. So if I'm launching a new brand or a new business, I know the first things I need to do is figure out what exactly I'm trying to accomplish. Who am I selling this stuff to? Who am I designing this stuff for? And then I go after and I try to find the customers for that. So that way I could give those customers exactly what they want. Like, I have all the answers in my head, I just need to go out and do it. So then that way I can start checking things off the list. All right, I know who I'm going after. I know the customer base. I know what I need to go out and search for. Now let's start searching for the stuff. Once I start checking things off the list, it gets me into a little rhythm of like, all right, cool. Now that I did this, this, and this, let's take care of this, this, and this. And once that happens, snowball effect. Once I'm in production mode, I'm ready to go. But getting into production mode is what takes me the longest time because I'm stuck in my thoughts. So as I make these little mental lists in my head, I'm like, all right, I need to do this, this, and this. I'm about to open up the store. I need to mop the floors. I need to dust all the shelves. I need to make sure the inventory's right. I need to clean the windows. I need to clean the display case. I need to empty the trash. I need to clean up the back, get the chairs out for everybody that comes through to the store. All of that stuff is going through my head where I'm like, all right, I need to get this done. You know what I mean? But creating those lists helps me out. My wife does it for everything. And when I watch her do it, I'm like, all right, no wonder you're getting everything done because you have a list. For me, if I feel like I have to write it down, I'll sit there at my notepad forever writing this list down. So it's easier for me to just put it in my brain and be like, all right, I need to get this done. This is what helps me out. Will this help you out? I don't know. But creating these like to-do lists help me stay accountable for what the hell I need to do. And it helps me not push things off because I know I need to get certain things done. Am I 100% on these lists every single time? No, I'm not. But it is a good way to help me get going because I'm using this as some sort of like mental guide on what needs to be done. So one thing that I always fall into, and I see a lot of people do this, is they want to get going on doing something, but they give themselves a ton of excuses on why they can't do it. Like, oh, well, I can't start my brand yet because I haven't bought a heat press yet, or I can't start the brand yet because I haven't got transfers yet. I don't know what blank t-shirts I'm going to use, blah, blah, blah. Those are all good excuses for yourself to stop you from doing something, but there's a million other things that you can do for the business that doesn't require a heat press or t-shirts or transfers. And a lot of that starts with what you can do on social media. Start building up that, start structuring your business, start learning about your customers and understanding who your customers are. Plan out your content strategy, plan out the mission statement for the business. Every business has a mission statement. Everybody's setting out to start a business for a certain reason. What's your reason? Once you have that reason, tell the people why you're doing it. Now you're building up your social media without having a t-shirt or a heat press or transfers or anything. Outside of that, you could start thinking about all of your marketing strategies that you want to do, and you could write those things down, and you could actually plan out a whole campaign without having one single t-shirt or a heat press or anything yet. Now, outside of that, some people get stuck thinking about the brand name or the business name, and they never get started because they can never figure out the perfect business brand name or whatever it is. This is something that I hear all the time. Every time I live stream, you guys know I live stream every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. When I live stream, people always ask that same exact question. It's like, hey man, can you help me think of a brand name? Or I'm stuck trying to figure out a brand name for my business. I know what I want to do, I just don't have the right business name or brand name for it. And that right there gets a lot of people to not start their business, period, because they just get stuck in that, oh man, I really like this brand name, but it's already taken. And then you fixate on that one that's been taken because you're trying to think of variations to use that because you really enjoy that name. But you need to get out of that funk. The way you get out of it is who gives a shit about your brand name or your business name when you're first starting out. That's not the important part of the business. The important part is the customers. How are you going to sell these t-shirts? That's the important part. The brand name is not the important part. The designs you put on your t-shirt and the customers you sell those t-shirts to is the important part of your whole business. Your brand is your identity. The name is your identity, and I get that. But your name could be dumbass t-shirts, and nobody's even gonna care about dumbass t-shirts because they're only gonna care about the design on the outside of that t-shirt. And you're never gonna get that design on the outside of the t-shirt in front of the faces of the people you wanna sell it to if you don't know who you're selling it to. So forget the brand name and think about who you're gonna sell your t-shirts to. Think about the customer, learn the customer, fixate on the customer first. So that way you can give the customer everything they want and need. Once you have that down, then it'll be a no-brainer for you to be like, man, I'll call this whatever, because you're gonna be ready to get to the money because you did all your research on your target audience. You know what they like, you know what they want, you know what they relate to. So now you're giving them designs that are gonna be easy to sell, and you're gonna forget about the brand name because you're like, man, I'm ready to get to this money quick. That's how I do things. None of my stuff has the craziest brand name. None of my stuff is centered around a brand name. Majority of the t-shirts I sell in my store here just have my big Brando logo on them. I'm more worried about the customer base that comes into the store to buy the t-shirts that have the design on the outside that they relate to, more so than my little big Brando logo in the neck tag. Because I'll tell you this, 90% of the people that come into this store are local from this community around here where the store is located. The South Bay of Los Angeles, they're not coming in here for big Brando t-shirts. They're coming in here because this is where they could get South Bay, LA based t-shirts that they can't find anywhere else. People are coming into this store to buy the designs on the t-shirt and not the logo in the neck label. And I've had this store for 3 years now, and I can tell you nobody comes in here to buy the big Brando logo. People are coming in here to buy the designs on the t-shirt. Now, the other 10% that come in here Might be people that follow me on YouTube and they come to the store to check out the store and they want to shop with me, and that's cool. They're buying the stuff because of Big Brando. But the other 90% of the customers that come to this store are from this community around here where this store is located. I'm not worried about making Big Brando the brand name in this store. I'm worried about serving the community t-shirts that they can wear proudly outside of these four walls. This is why I say brand names don't mean nothing, because I've been proving it for the last 3 years in this store that people are coming in here to buy the designs and not the brand name that's printed in the necks. A lot of people don't agree with this, and I'm proving that this is what it is, but still people feel that their brand name has to be everything and blah, blah, blah. That's cool. If you want to really, really live on that hill, go for it. But for myself, I'd rather get to this money, give the people what they want, and sell these t-shirts. You might not agree with this, and you don't have to agree with this. This is just what works for myself. So if you're hung up on starting your business because you're thinking of the best brand name possible, the sooner you get out of that funk, the better. Create a list of things that you can do outside of the brand name for the business and put your focus into that early. All right, I hope this video helps some people out. Remember, if you're just stuck in this weird rut and you can't get out of it, create a list. Start to check things off that list and get going. Being productive is going to be the best thing possible for you and your business. Being a think tank is a very good trait, but if you get stuck in the think tank and you never produce anything outside of that think tank, all of that is just wasted energy. So get out here, get after this money, and get out of your own way to cashing in on these wins, man. All right? If you have any questions about anything I talked about, please put it in the comments for me. I read them all. This is where I make other videos, is I get ideas from the comments to make videos about it. So let's keep the ball rolling. You can follow me on Instagram if you wanted to, Big Brando TV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.